Hey everyone, this is part 2 of the LA County Civil Grand Jury Report from 2001 to 2002. MacLaren Hall was investigated and there were recommendations provided. So in part 1, I talked about the background checks or lack thereof. So if you want to see that, go to the profile and watch that video. I'm continuing with another part of the investigation for this report, which is investigating allegations of abuse by staff. Summary of the findings under this category of the investigation are: MacLaren has a number of policies and procedures related to reporting incidents that occur at the facility, including allegations of abuse by staff against children. These policies and procedures are not up to date and do not accurately reflect how various incidents are handled at the facility. A backlog going back to 1997 was found for DCFS investigations of allegations of abuse by staff against children. This backlog has increased over the past 2 years. DCFS staff report that the reason for the backlog is insufficient staffing and an increase in the number of child deaths elsewhere that required investigation. This backlog situation is critical because it could, 1, result in great harm coming to children at the facility. We're way past that by 2001. Okay. 2, put the county at risk of lawsuits. That's really what they're concerned about. 3, give staff the impression that there will be little consequence for abusive behavior toward children and thus increase the likelihood of future abuse. Again, we're past that. 4, cause children to become discouraged and believe that there is no point in reporting the abuse. Again, this has been going on at this point since the 1960s. This is 2001. To improve this situation, DCFS recently assigned a dedicated investigator to MacLaren. Now, this is crazy. MacLaren's internal staff investigations are conducted by coworkers and have been characterized by staff as perfunctory at best, which means ain't nothing happening. That's like the fox guarding the hen house, that saying where it's like, okay, this is a conflict of interest. To ensure the independence and effectiveness of internal investigations, MacLaren needs one individual whose primary responsibility is the investigation of allegations of abuse by staff against children. This position should report directly to the administrator and should be required to provide the administrator with quarterly reports regarding the status and outcomes of investigations. This investigative position should replace the internal investigative responsibilities currently assigned to Children's Services Administrators, or CSAs, at the facility. Policies and procedures regarding special incident investigations should be updated to reflect CDSS regulations, yes, California Department of Social Services, and other changes made to improve the process. And staff should be trained regarding these updated policies. So that was the summary of that section of the investigation, but now they're going to provide their recommendations. First recommendation: relieve the Children's Services Administrators, CSAs, currently conducting the preliminary investigations of this duty, as their positions and reporting relationships do not provide the independence necessary to perform this function effectively. Second recommendation: assign a manager, preferably one with investigations/auditing skills, to focus primarily on investigations of allegations of abuse by staff against children at the facility. This individual should have complete independence and autonomy from all other managers and staff at the facility and should report directly to the administrator. So recommendation 3 is direct the new investigator to conduct timely investigations and prepare timely, complete, and accurate reports, and to produce a quarterly report to be presented to the administrator regarding the status and outcomes of activities in this area for that quarter. Recommendation 4, use the quarterly as well as individual investigations reports to ensure that the investigations are being managed in a timely and effective fashion and problems corrected. And this is the last one I'll read for this section. So this is the 5th recommendation: Update MacLaren's policies and procedures relative to special incident reporting. Include the timeframes and documentation component and key personnel involved in the process. The policies should also address the code of silence among staff and put forth concrete consequences for anyone found to have obstructed an investigation of allegations of abuse by staff against children at the facility. This update should include a training element during which staff are instructed on the policies and procedures and about the importance of timely and proper documentation. So if all of this had to be told to them in 2001, what do you think they were getting away with for decades?